All right, good morning there, everybody. It's about 8:30 or 9 o'clock right now. It's nice outside. It's going to be another 100-degree day or something like that. So I thought I'd get out here and make a video here before it gets too hot. Um, what I wanted to talk about here in this video was the Joe Rogan and JD Vance podcast the other day, and just touch on one of the topics that I kind of always find a little bit interesting, and just because maybe my viewpoint on it. But they had they had talked about they talked about some religious things, and they hit on some of the things, religion being in school and things like this, right? And things being mandated to be in the school system, and that that, to me, this is the way I look at it. I'm not religious at all. I don't believe in any sort of god or anything like that. um, and but I don't have a problem with people that have a religion or believe in something. It's like, spiritually, what you feel, um, is that isn't for somebody else to decide. Um, that's a path that you have to walk yourself. So whether that path is believing or not believing, that is completely up to you. That's nobody else's decision to make for you. Um, and just like anything in life, when it comes to learning about something, somebody can try to show you one path, but you might choose to take the other path. And that's fine, but it's always good to have information and to have those choices and to have that knowledge. It makes us more complete as an individual when we have more knowledge about things. So that's kind of my view on religion. Um, and as far as it being in schools, I know there's supposed to be, a separation of church and state. I kind of believe that that's hard, because for the U.S. Here, because uh, Christian values and that belief system and that structure, um, those are such an ingrained part of our history in the past, of this country. So it's a fundamental idea, that's built into the foundation of America. So to me, it's hard to have that separation of church and state, because it's a part of what America is. And we've worked so hard over the last several years, it would seem, at destroying our history, at destroying our culture, be it bad or good. We, as a country, we've made missteps along the way, for sure, as has any country. um, but we've done a lot of good. But we're always focused on what we've done as bad, right? And it's like, well, hindsight is always 2020. Um, so that's just life, and and when there is stuff, right, in our past, in America's past, when there's things that we're not proud of, or there's things that have been done, um, that we don't like, we can't just sweep it under the rug. We can't just ignore that. We have to own that as a country and as a society and say, you know what, these are the lessons that are to be learned from where we've been in the past. We don't want to be there. And this is where we were, and we want to move forward and make sure we don't repeat those missteps. So the past, even in our own lives, right? We've all done things we wish we wouldn't have, and you know, uh, but we've all done good things too. So it's you can't erase your past because it's unpleasant. You know, so I'm gonna apply the same logic here to the country and to us as an individual. I always see like people say, "Oh, I regret my past. I regret this. I regret that." Um, and like they just kind of want to disavow that it really even happened. But it's like, you know what? All those steps, even those missteps in life that we've taken, and those missteps as a country that we have taken, that has led us to the path that we're on. That has led us to where we are. Now, I've made mistakes in my past. Um, it's unfortunate, the things I've done, the people I've hurt, but I can't regret it because it's led me to where I am now. I'm a better person today than I used to be. Um, and I'm better for the people around me today than I used to be. So all of those things in the past that have happened to me um, are part of what has led me to the path I'm on today. So those, even though those missteps and stuff like that are unfortunate, um, it's part of what made you, and it's important to embrace those and to really understand those mistakes, um, and understand where you came from. The same goes for a country. Okay, so without that past, this society, this country, it's rudderless. Um, and I think that's where we find ourselves today, in my opinion. Um, so much of our past and our history has been destroyed over the years. Um, so much of it has just been swept under the rug. So much of it has just been kind of like the hands over the ears. No, 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 it didn't happen. I'm not listening. That's kind of how we've been approaching things in society over the last several years, and I think that's a big misstep. It's a big opportunity missed for truly advancing. As a culture, we're not going to advance by just sweeping things under the rug that we don't like. We're going to advance by embracing and understanding and saying, these are the missteps. We don't want to be there. Having discussion about those topics that are unpleasant. That's how we advance as a society. How we regress as a society is ignoring it and pushing it away and saying, no, nobody could talk about it. Let's censor everything that's unpleasant. And that's where I think we are as a society right now. I think we're regressing as a society. I think we're becoming more closed minded, more tribalistic than we have been in the past. Um, and I think that's a mistake. So, as far as we're going to cap this off here. So, as far as the religion and the separation of church and state, to me, I don't know if that's possible. I mean, I think it's a good idea, maybe to have that in the schools. It's not like it's being forced upon you. You see it, you see things, um, but it's not being forced upon you per se. But it's something that's part of our culture and our history. So it's there to say, hey, this is sort of part of our past. These are kind of principles that this country was founded on, um, and so it's just knowledge. It's just knowledge that's there, for anybody who would like to take it. And if you don't, then that's fine. You don't want to do it. For me, I don't take it. I don't believe in religion. Um, I do believe that what religion represents for the country is important. Um, Religion offers values and morals, and and sort of a fabric, um, to the structure of the society, and those are important to understand those things. No society can exist without some sort of value system, some sort of moral and rudder, and some sort of compass that drives that society. As far as I'm concerned, my philosophy, right? Uh, it none of that can exist without a driving force behind that society. And the driving force behind our society, right, is our past, where we've been, things like this. And they push us forward into a direction that hopefully we can learn along the way and advance. But like I said, just pushing it under the rug and hands in the ears, no, 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 it's not, I don't like it, it's unpleasant, just pushing all that away, and saying, I don't want this knowledge, I don't want to learn these things. That's not going to get us anywhere. We're just going to regress, and things are just going to be worse, and we're just going to be rudderless as a country. So those are just some of my quick thoughts on that. Like and subscribe if you want. If you like my content, check out my channel and what else I got on there. Um, and if you do subscribe, turn on notifications, and when I post new videos, they'll go out to you. I usually try to post every other day at like 7 p.m. or every 2 days or whatever. For now, I've been on the schedule of every other day, so um, I don't do editing and scripting or anything. It's just everything's kind of off the top of my head, and this is just a channel where we talk and maybe exchange some ideas and things like this. So, and that's kind of the format I'm going to stick to. So it's not too hard to make a 5-10 minute video every other day about thoughts, because I always have thoughts going on. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.